What's going on, guys? We have a free pick video for you in Monday Night Football between the Chargers and the Cowboys. Before I get into that, though, I want to recap how this weekend went. It was not a good weekend for me. And if you're new here, I am a profitable DFS player. I do Underdog, Prize Picks, Jake Paul's new company, Better. We hit all of the apps like that, and we crushed them. And to prove that we crushed them, I want to show you guys this email real quick. And if you've been here, you may have seen this before, but this is Underdog publicly sending me an email shutting me down saying, hey, you can't have any more accounts with us. We don't want your business. You're kicking our ass. You're making too much money. So I got shut down for making too much money. And I'll show you exactly why they shut me down. It's because I'm throwing plays together like this. And although this is a losing day, wait till you see how much we're up on the season. And in NFL, it's not great. We're down on the season 3 units, unfortunately, after the slaughtering we faced yesterday. But I did up my unit size. I'm risking 2 units to win 20 on the 4-man entries. And then I'm risking 3 units to win 18 on the 3-man entries. And then the 5-man entries, we're doing 1 unit to win 20. So we're basically risking enough to win about 20 units on each play that we're getting down. And I went 0 for yesterday. I lost 46 units total yesterday alone in the NFL. And it's gut-wrenching. It sucks. Obviously, the feelings of depression, the feelings of being angry, those things set in. But you have to update the spreadsheet, look at your bank accounts, look at what you have in the bank accounts, and understand this is a long game. We might have another negative 40 unit day before now and the end of the season. But we're also going to have a plus 100 unit day a couple of times throughout the season. And we almost had one in college football on Saturday. So we lost 46 units in football on Sunday. And then on Saturday, we actually net 8.5 units of profit. However, I have to point out how freaking close we were. Right here, this one was extremely close. But the big ones that were extremely close were the ones with, not South Carolina, it was Arkansas. If Jefferson throws it one more time to Armstrong here, we get $3,800 there. And $200 unit size is what we're going off of on the spreadsheet. That's what I kind of started the season with. I am getting about $1,000 down on each of these plays. So on Sunday, for example, I really lost probably around $40,000 on Sunday alone. But I've had days where I've made $50,000, so it's not as crazy as it seems. It's just frustrating for people if their first day they bet with me was Sunday. Now, you look at Arkansas, this would have hit, and then we had a few more. This one would have hit right here with Franklin and Nix. And then there was a 5-man that got held up because of Arkansas. And the reason I point that out is just because we were 1 pass away. If the defense stopped Alabama one more time and got KJ Jefferson the ball, that hits pretty easily. That's going to hit for us. And we missed out on 2 4-mans, and then we missed out on a 5-man. And then you look at the injuries. Bowers goes down right here, while these 3 Maryland players hit. So that's another one where you look at that, and it could have easily been more. Even our big win, where we won 17.5 units here, should have been 35 units. I mean, Florida Gators, they scored like 5 touchdowns. They only got 3 extra points. I think they missed an extra point and then went for 2. So that took 2 extra points away from them. So their kicker gets 3 extra points made. That one pushed. It turned into a 4-man. But we were able to pick up 17.5 units there. And then here's the 5-man right here that if Armstrong and Jefferson just get 12 more yards, it hurt, it hurt. It was a tough day. We also had McMillan, who got injured right away. We had some overlap there, like Bowers had already got injured on this one. But we lost McMillan here. If McMillan's in that game, guys, Washington scores a lot more fast, and they score a lot more often with McMillan on the field. Their whole offense, there's so many plays designated for McMillan. So for him to suit up and him to practice all week, it would have been better if he just, took the week off, because their whole offensive game plan involved running the ball through McMillan all different ways. And this play gets cooked because McMillan gets hurt right here. And that was probably the play of the year when you look at those two offenses. Those are two of our favorite schools there. LSU, Oregon, Brian Thomas doesn't show up again. So I just wanted to get into the recap and just kind of show y'all. We are up $19,000 on the season here in college football. So we're up about 95 units in college football, and then we are down 3.6 units in NFL. So that's still a great spot, and I feel like shit. And we've been so unlucky with the Terry situation a couple Thursdays ago. So many plays where just the most insane thing derails us. But you have to understand that luck will eventually change, and luck is short term. Over the long term, by putting high volume down, we will mitigate the risk and we'll be profitable. And we're already profitable right now. If you've been betting with me since week 1, you are way in the green right now if you've stuck to the same unit size. Now, we have really two types of people that are complaining right now. One, somebody who hopped on for the first time 2 weeks ago. And to people like that, I say, I'm sorry. It was just bad timing. You hopped on at the wrong time. It doesn't mean that I suck. Of course, with your experience, you might think I suck because you've been on 2 losing weeks, right? But if you're on the whole season, you're profiting. And then the second kind is somebody who was on from day 1. They made a ton of money, and then they increased their unit size so much. And look, I've increased my unit size too, guys, but not in a way where one losing day like yesterday is going to kill me. Does it hurt? Yes, it absolutely does hurt. But don't risk enough to where you're just dead if you have a losing day like we had yesterday. You always want to leave some ammo for an emergency situation. You want to have ammo going into Monday night, going into next weekend, right? So I just wanted to get up here and own my loss like a man, because too many people in the game, guys, aren't doing that, and too many people aren't putting money behind their picks and they're photoshopping tickets. And y'all can see right here, I'll refresh the screen for you. This is a real play right here. And I'm limited to $100 a player. Now, if the lines move, I can hit them again. And I'll hit this over and over all day and hopefully get $300 or $400 down. So my account balance is $1,391 going into this. This is my play for tonight. I was trying to zoom out. Let me see if I can zoom out a little for us. Maybe I can't. Might not be able to zoom out during the screen recording. I don't know. But let me try to hit this again. So I got CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen. Both of these offenses, with Mike Williams out for the Chargers, they're really one receiver offenses, and then we don't really know who the 5th guy is going to be. So if you try to throw down a 5-man entry, it's kind of hard to pick out who the 5th guy would be. I kind of thought, so I wanted to show you, I'll try to put 200 down, limited to 100 right now. If the lines move, for whatever reason, they do let me get more down. So yeah, so duplicate entries. So I'm going to wait for the lines to move, and then I'm going to keep hitting this over and over throughout the day. I have 100 down on it currently when I record this video, but we'll see what it ends up as. So I wanted to show you guys, I risk 100 to win 1,000, right? If you go to a sports book, a good way to see if you're getting good value on prize picks is to punch the same exact play into the same game parlay bet slip here. And of course, I can't lock this in because I'm not in a legal state, but I can still go to FanDuel's website and just compare what they would pay to what prize picks would pay. So 100 wins $590 right there, right? And then on Underdog, I'm going to punch in the same play, and it'll pay the same as prize picks. The big difference on Underdog, though, is if you're doing a 5-man, you can get a 20x return on investment instead of a 10x flex play that they do. So on prize picks, they only have the insured option. On Underdog, they let you get down on 5. Now, the way that I'm going to decide who the 5th player is, it's not really going to be by my emotions or my gut. Sometimes I'll do that because I have a really good feel for the teams, especially in college football. I almost feel like I know these teams inside and out better than the algorithms. But in the NFL, I'm always going to trust the calculator, always going to trust the algorithm. So what I'll do is I'm looking for a 5th player here. I'm going to click through each player, and I'm going to see the payout. What I want to see is the lowest payout. the lower the payout, the more likely FanDuel feels it will happen. So there's 1,200 right there, 1,160. So I'd rather do Eckler receiving than Pollard, but let's see if we can find something better here. So this is a good one. This is the best one that we've seen so far. Michael Gallup, and it's 1055. It's not even 1,100 that's paying out. So Jake Ferguson's 11. See if we can beat 1055. We'll just click through real quick. 1081. So Gerald Everett is a close second. So what you want to do is you either want to do Gallup or Everett. And I said that I would trust the calculator, but honestly, I kind of like Everett. I'm going to go Gallup though. I'm going to trust the calculator. So a sportsbook will pay 1,055 for this play. And you'll notice on Underdog Fantasy, no matter which person we pick, it's going to pay 20x. And that's where you go to that sportsbook calculator on FanDuel, or you could use DraftKings or MGM or whatever, and you see the payouts and you realize, wow, the sportsbook's telling us that some of these combos are more likely than others. And Gallup is one of those combos that is way more likely, but we're still getting the 20x here. So 100 pays 2,000 for these 5 players on Underdog, whereas if we go to a sportsbook, it's paying 1,000. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys and y'all can see that. But we're talking about the same 5 players, over on passing, over on receiving. On a sportsbook, it pays 1,055. On Underdog, it pays 2,000. Really 1,900 because Underdog is including the $100 that you're risking. So you're really getting 1,900 instead of 1,055. And look, the odds of this hitting is still low, but if you do this 1,000 times over the course of a season, you will profit. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys to do here. So when we look at the spreadsheet, you're like, holy shit, dude, we got slaughtered yesterday. But if you scroll through all of this, and I need to color code it, of course, but back to here when I was color coding, you have a little stretch like this, man. That was like NFL Week 4, NFL Week 3 or something. It will make up for all the red. So yeah, we will have days where we get slaughtered, but we will have days where we just go apeshit and win 100 units. Now this is losing so far. In NFL so far, we haven't been profitable. I'm telling y'all, we have had terrible luck in the NFL. And it's the same in college football too, honestly. But in college football, we're up 95 units doing this. And I'm going to tell you guys, we might have a little bit more of an edge in college football, but we still do have a big edge in NFL. So I don't want y'all to think, oh, college football is easy, NFL's hard. No, this next weekend we might get slaughtered in college football and we might make 100 units in the NFL. So you have to just understand that there is a little bit of randomness in the short term if you're just looking at 1 week at a time. But if you go all the way back, I mean, we're talking about what, maybe 1,000 plays here, 1,000 players. Yeah, over 1,000 almost. Well, after next week, it'll be over 1,000. So we're talking about a large sample size here, and it's all math. It's all math. And yes, I watch the games to make sure that we're getting the best guys and pairing them up the right way. But it's all math here. And once we get to 20,000, that'll be 100 units. We're going to cross 100 units this Saturday. As long as we have a winning day, we'll cross 100 units this Saturday. So those are my plays for you guys. We have this 4-man on Prize Picks. And then we have this 5-man throw in Gallup. And if you want to throw in Gerald Everett, you could throw in Gerald Everett too. Just risk 1 unit to win 20 on that play. And then on Prize Picks, 1 unit to win 10. But that's all I've got for you guys. I hope you'll have a good day. Yeah, it sucked yesterday, but at the same time, you have to understand most people that do this, they can't handle a losing day like I can. And the reason that I have so many loyal followers and people that have my back is because I'm honest about my losses. And a lot of these guys, they'll get their ass kicked and they'll have a losing day, and then they'll post a video. We just won $5,000 again today. I'm feeling generous. I'm going to sell you 2 more parlays tomorrow. Look up Vegas Dave. Look up Parlay Travie, Cody Covers. All the guys that Spencer Cornelia has exposed, you look them up. When they get killed, they're not making videos like I'm making right now. they're making videos pretending that they won, and then they just block everybody that lost with them and blocked everyone that they scammed. I'm not blocking anyone. Now, if you're disrespectful, you get a longer leash with me. If you're disrespectful over and over and you're not willing to understand what's going on, I have to block you because it's just negative and toxic. And our group chat on Chalkboard has gone so negative, it's sad, because people just don't understand what they're getting involved in. And I want to give you guys this talk before you purchase any VIP. I don't want anybody buying VIP until they know what game we're playing. And I don't need to sell any VIP. I can live off of my winnings. Like, I'm not hurting for money, and I'll never hurt for money because I can click buttons and beat these websites and these games. But I do want to help you guys, and I do want to offer different levels of VIP picks. But I need you guys to know what you're getting involved in and think a little bit more long term. Maybe risk a little bit less money so that if we have a bad day, it doesn't kill you. But look, we're going to bounce back. And I had one comment on my last video. They said, we got killed this weekend. VIP isn't worth it right now. And I would argue that the time when VIP is most worth it is coming off of a loss. Because when we're coming out of a losing stretch, we're going into a winning stretch. And I don't really believe in trying to predict when I'm going to have a good or bad weekend because it's unpredictable. We could win 5 wins in a row, 3 losses, 1 win, 2 losses, 4 wins. Like, it's going to be random. But if there was ever a time to buy VIP, it would be after this weekend when we just got fucking killed. Because we're not getting killed twice in a row. We're just not going to. It's going to stop eventually. And we're up not over 100 units. We're up 95 units in college football. In NFL and college football combined, we're up 90 units. Okay, 92 units. So you have to understand, there's not very many people out there that are up 92 units. Especially people that have been getting their asses kicked and bad luck, still up 90 units. So a little bit more of a serious video today, getting into things like that and talking about how the game works. But hopefully some of you guys stuck around to the end and listened. And I appreciate you guys as always. You know, if it weren't for y'all, I couldn't do any of this. And I'm living the dream. I love making content like this for y'all. Of course, if it was easy, everyone's doing it. Look at the lines moving, man. Look at the lines moving. But yeah, if it was easy, everyone would do it. And you have to remember that. That's something I have to tell myself because I feel terrible because I know that there's guys that are plumbers and truck drivers and Army dudes and Air Force dudes following my shit. And when I give them losers like I did yesterday, it sucks because it really impacts people's lives. And shit's just not cool with me to lose like that. But it's going to happen, and I'm not going to win every day throughout the year. But look, let's get on track today. Let's get on track going into this weekend. And let's freaking make some money, guys. We're watching football. We live in America. You're only watching this if you live in America because these apps are only in the U.S. We've got NFL football, college football. It's a good time to be alive in 2023, okay? So we got a lot to be grateful for. And let's win some fucking money coming up this week and into the weekend. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, everybody.